Hi you guys, welcome to Tea Talk. My last video I was talking and I asked the question, why did you become a teacher? So I'm going to dwell on that a little bit more and also talk about a little bit of cons and pros with teaching. But first off, let me be a little off topic. Tomorrow, January the 8th, the Georgia Bulldog plays Alabama on tomorrow. So yes, I'm rooting for the dogs. Go dogs! Okay, now back to the topic. Some of the pros and cons with teaching. First and foremost, from like my last video, like I stated, you have to love what you do. And I love what I do, so it's like I'm not working. But now, and especially like in the state of Georgia, here it's required a lot of teachers, and I'm sure in all of the states here, United States, it's a lot required from teachers in general. So one thing about it is a lot of paperwork. Yes, indeed. It's like even the 8 hours in the day is not enough, especially if you're one of those teachers who like everything to be on point. You like everything to be right. You're gonna go over and beyond. I mean, that's what you do. So you want your classroom to be a certain way, you want your students to perform in a certain way, and if you like me, if your name is on it or behind it, in front of it, whatever, you want it to look a certain way, you want it to be a certain way. With teaching, it could be fun, but you know, it can be very stressful. We have become to learn that it have become very stressful now. And also, so some of the myths is out there, like you all get off on the weekends, you have breaks throughout the year, you have your summer to the to yourself and whatnot. Yes, we do, but also we deserve it. You hear me? Throughout the year, I mean, we really earned it. So some of the cons with teaching, my cons about teaching is the fact of like I said, a lot of paperwork, and now in this testing, students have to test so much, so the teachers are having to try to teach according to the test, and it just takes away the fun of teaching, because my biggest thing is I like to teach and meet my students where they are, and also their needs. So it's sort of kind of like the state can't tell me to teach this way, and the school can't tell me to teach like this school is teaching over here, because in my classroom, that's not what my student needs. And also, sometimes the resources that is out there, and I understand there are some great resources, but because A teacher over here use it, that doesn't mean that B teacher over here need to use it and they're going to come out with the same result. That's not how it works, because we do not have the same students. So therefore, it makes it a little difficult for me to just want to use what B over there is using and think it's going to work out and have the same result. That's not how it's going to be. So that's a pet peeve of mine. Also, just, we have the teacher conferences, and parents, yes, that's one of my cons, is we really don't hear from you guys until like your students are failing, or if we don't took a cell phone. Let's just be honest. If we don't took a cell phone or something, or we're going to see those parents, but we calling and trying to just even build a rapport, a relationship with you all to keep you in the loop of what's going on, we really don't hear from the teacher, the students. The parents like that. That's a con for me. And also that sometimes you have those administrators that's always down your throat about everything, but except for when you send a student to them if you need to for some discipline or just a little help from time to time because you got 30 kids in the classroom. But it can become overwhelming. It can become very stressful if you allow it to. I have learned not to let it take over me in a negative way. So I always try to find something positive, and also at the end of the day, if I have given my student the best of me, I'm good with that. I can sleep with that. So that's the thing. Also, just the lack of communication. Sometimes that could be a come between the administrator to the teacher, from the parent to the teacher to the administrator. Sometimes the communication all get mixed up, everything. So it's just like everybody needs to be in the loop. Like I said before, it takes a village to raise the children that we have here. And also, I'm kind of all over a little bit right now because I just get so all into the conversation when they come into talking about the teaching stuff. So some of my pros are, let me jump to that real quick. Some of my pros is the fact of the matter that the lives that we touch. I mean, you can teach students 10 years and they can come back and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's a good feeling. It is when you can say, like, I had an influence on them, you know, and that makes you feel good within yourself, and especially if you're doing it for the right reason anyway, you know, because it's not about the money. Let me throw that out there. No, it's not about the money. You have to love what you do for these young students that we are having here, because we have such an impact on them, and we either gonna have a positive impact or we're gonna have a negative impact. And see, I like to have a positive impact because the generation got to take care of us when we get older. You hear me? So therefore, you want to have a positive impact so they can say, oh yeah, I remember you. But you know, so therefore I don't want to say, oh yeah, I remember what you did to me back in the day. This is revenge, you know. But no, we don't want that to happen. So we want to just always try to be positive. It's not going to always be easy, because you're going to have those students that are very challenging. They're going to have you be like, you know what? I think this is the wrong profession for me. I think I need to change this. I think I need to do something else. Like, Lord, what is... I know it got to be something better, but end of the day, you're going to have those days, those nights, those moments when you just say, oh, I just want to hit the lottery. I just want to quit. Don't want to do this anymore. You know, so. But then you have those moments that you have those students that come into you that touches you, you know, and they have such an impact on you. And you just be like, and they just remind you, okay, you remember when you helped me. And I remember that. It's just different little scenarios or stories they come up with. And even just sometimes just a hug, you know, or just those kind words. That's what our student needs sometimes. And it helps. It helps you as a teacher to continue to thrive and to just continue to give them all of you, you know. So that's one of my biggest pros with teaching, is such an impact that we have on our student base. Also, yeah, of course, yeah, you some more. So that's good, you know, in a way a little bit, you know what I mean? Because we do need that time to wind down a little bit, to get our mind right and just be like, you know what? I need a break from you. It's time for a break, you know. And sometimes with that part of it is, when you branch away from the student for the summer, sometimes you already know their background because you don't build that relationship with them. And sometimes you just very concerned at what they're going through, and you just want to do more for them. Because like I said, some of our students, they go through a lot. They go through a lot. And some adults don't even go through what some of our students are going through or went through. And my heart goes out to that. Also, and then you do have some of those parents that are very supportive, so that is a pro. So that's a con and a pro, because you know, just like anything, you have the bad and the good. So that's just how it goes. That's life. So with that, we have some of the parents that are very supportive, who back you up, who they're willing to work with you side by side with you. They want the best for their child, just like you want the best for your student, and that's a reward at the end of the day. So I enjoy that. Let's see. And just like I said, with your co-workers and stuff like that, that's a pro and con, because sometimes they can see eye to eye with you and sometimes they don't, because let's just be honest, we do have some of these teachers out here that just doing it for the weekends off for the summertime, and that's just what they do. They don't love what they do. They don't care about the students. They don't try to build a relationship with them and stuff like that. And those ones that, especially if you're a teacher that love what you do and embrace what you do, you go with that. You love that. And I mean, here go Negative Nancy over here, got something to say about the student. Well, they didn't do this, they didn't do the homework, all this and that. Okay, he haven't done homework since kindergarten. He in the 4th grade now. There's nothing new. Let's keep it moving. Let's focus on the things that we have control of, and not so much focus on the stuff that we don't have control over. So that taking too much of your energy focusing on that. Let's just do what we can do. Let's make the best of the 8 hours that we have with these students, and let's make the best of it. And no, it's not going to always be easy. It's not. I can't just sit here and just say, oh yeah, that's going to be real easy. No. But at the end of the day, once I have given my students 110% what I have, and I can go to sleep at night, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So that's why it's important to love what you do. And I love that. I love that. You know, we can go on and on, because everybody have an opinion when it comes to teaching, coming to how it should be done, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. That's an ongoing topic. You know what I mean? So for right now, I'm just going to end it right there with the Tea Talk. So enjoy.